Okay, there was a video that I was going to make yesterday, and then I started drinking and forgot to talk about it. But I was thinking about like kings and queens because um, there's been a lot of reports about what Prince William and Meghan and Kate are doing. I've always heard a lot of rumors about Harry and Meghan, but I've heard very few things about Kate, and I don't really read newspapers or anything, so I never know what they're doing. But I don't I feel like I like kings and queens, and I definitely do not want to destroy a monarchy. I do not want to end the monarchy in any way. In fact, if anything, I think I would probably encourage America to have the idea of it. Not the idea of the monarch ruling and making decisions, political decisions, but rather just like I like having the idea of a figure that kind of looks at what the community is doing. Say if there's like a new museum or new exhibition, and I don't know what they do, but I followed the Queen a little bit. Like she wrote letters when you got to 100, and or was it a bit older than that? I don't know when. I think it was 100, and it might have changed to 110 because too many people getting to 100. But there's she did that, and I don't know really what else she did. Oh, the Queen's speech every year. I don't know, but I feel like having a monarch is a sign of sort of organization. You've got a whole, if you've got a large population, the fact that the majority of the population have managed to establish a kind of monarchy, and it shows that they've all had a common agreement. Now I know you've been including loads of there's loads of people from different countries all over the world that have been coming to England, and I don't necessarily think all of them are likely. Like if you've come from a country that doesn't have monarchs, and preaches not to worship idols or something, a lot of people might not like or not be in favor of a monarchy. And I feel like this is why some people like to insult the monarchs. It really bothers me when there's this weirdo Christian guy who I watch because he always attacks people who promote the devil. But because I'm wanting to know what the Illuminati are doing, I watch his videos in an inverted way. All the things that he are thinking is bad, I'm thinking, yay, they're doing something. Or I just, I get. He's talking about it in an inverted way, but if I uninvert it, then I get some information. But yeah, he keeps calling Prince William P. Willie, and it's just so freaking annoying. I want to slap him when I hear that. This is your prince. You're supposed to respect the monarchy and the line. And I don't really know anything about him, and I I don't follow, but at the same time, I have respect, and to think that there's people that will just be like, oh, P. Willie. No, this is your prince. What the fuck? This is like a peasant it's angering me, and it's really really angering me every time I hear him say P Willie, which is all the time. P Willie's the Antichrist. It's just like common chavs talking like really disrespectfully, and I don't like it. And but yeah, because he's been pissing me off with this P Willie name that he likes. He's actually Wallytron. His name is Wallytron, which is obviously Wally wrong or something. Wally wrong. I'm sure there's some Wally. There was another word that you could turn that into. Um, um, I've forgotten what it is. I don't know, but yeah, Wally Pong. Yeah, it's like if I was to call him Wally Pong, he wouldn't like that, and yet he doesn't seem to have any recognition to the fact that calling someone P Willie is not a nice name. Likewise, if I call him Wally Pong, he's not going to like me for doing that. So I feel like if I ever met this guy, I'm going to call him Wally Pong, as a sort of backfire for all the times that he's called Prince William P Willie. And yeah, so Wally Pong is a horrible person, who thinks he's righteous and everything. But anyway, yeah, because it's bothering me, it's kind of made me feel like I need to make a video. And I was thinking that there should be an Angel of the Kings because that's quite an interesting title. And then I saw Eminem and 50 Cent and Snoop kind of giving him a star, or them putting a star down in Hollywood. And I was thinking, I haven't given Dr. Dre a name. I've tried to find or work out what his name could be. and I've never really thought about it. But when I was thinking of yesterday, just wanting to have an Angel of the Kings, um, but yeah, I'm not too sure about what, there's this thing. There's prophecies in the Bible about Babylon. I don't know, committing adulteries with the kings and stuff. But um, I would say that the kings should be like singers, because all their songs are kind of about sex and love, and a lot of the songs sound like they could be talking about me. I don't think they really are, but it's part of the deception, because a lot of them are not nice, really. I mean, they might sound nice, but if you knew that the person that they're talking to um, doesn't know that they're singing to them, or they aren't communicating, if you see it in a different way, it's not a very nice thing. But yeah, it's part of, I'd like to fulfill prophecies to make Christians aware that this is, I'm here to end the Bible, and to finish off the prophecies, and a lot of the prophecies are things that you can create and form and make. But yeah, do the actual kings want to get involved in this in any way? I think Prince Charles should not, because he is the king, and he is um, he's kind of the kings are like representations of like the average person, but not the average person, but the average rich person. And it's important to maintain order. But yeah, if the princes want to get involved, technically prince is kind of a looser title, but I don't know how they would get involved. I've been thinking about it. I don't know how they'd get involved. But yeah, um, I don't know if I can get any clues from Dr. Dre, because most of Dr. Dre seems to focus on the negative side of the singers, or the negative singers that have negative names. And then I was thinking, yeah, Angel of the Kings, but then Angel of the Kings who aren't yet kings, but really it's angels who of the people who think they're kings. Or I'm trying to still, when I make the card, I think I'll decide on the final wording of how it should be. But yeah, I don't want to say that people can't be a king ever. Like, they can't in their current life, unless you are royalty. But yeah, if you want to die and if you die and come back, there is a high chance that you come back as kings, or you can come back as a king or queen. And that's why I like the monarchy, because it's kind of like a spiritual lottery, that says, if you work hard, God will reincarnate you in the royal bloodline. And so this also asks those questions, though, because I know one, Prince Andrew, has had his title taken away because of the thing with Virginia. I don't really know. I can't really speak on it, but if that woman was just paid 15,000 to have sex with, where is the crime? I'm confused about where the crime is. If someone has agreed to have sex with someone for £15,000, that's not a crime. That's not even considered prostitution, because most people would sleep with someone for £15,000, or sleep with a king for 15,000. So I don't understand. I'm confused as to why he had his title taken away from him. I mean, even if he slept with a prostitute for £1,000, so what? So what? Why would you not have? Why would you not deserve to be a prince if you've slept with a prostitute for £1,000? I don't know. Um, I, I I don't know the story. I don't understand the public, and I don't understand why they have a huge amount of expectation of the royal family. Like bad press and stuff is something, like that picture was edited. So what? So what? So if it's kind of, it makes me think that if I was like a princess, or and someone moaned, or if there was a huge number of people complaining to me because there was touch ups on the photograph, I would actually want to get a photograph, get the just get a normal photograph, make it look nice, get rid of spots and stuff, and then get the what's it the photograph tool, and then just do that about 100 times on the photograph, and then say, put that out. I don't give a shit if there's 100 times that I've pressed this. It takes the colors that are around it, and then try to. It's good for getting rid of spots. Basically, if you have a spot there, you can press it, and it takes the colors around it, and it gets rid of it. If people would say that I'm wrong or bad for doing that, I would do it 100 times and then say, there we go. That's all you're going to get to this week or whatever. Like I just don't. People are mad, and it's annoying me how they can make a billion mistakes in their life, and yet they expect the royalty to never make a mistake or never post. That's So what if the pictures were taken last August? I can post pictures of me that were 10 years ago. So what? Okay, maybe if I imply that it was taken yesterday and it was actually taken 6 months ago, maybe I've just lied, but it's not that big a deal. So I don't. I just people are mad. They really are. And I think it's the people that would complain about these things are people who probably don't believe in a monarchy or don't want a monarchy, and they're just trying to pick up on as many things as they can to try and destroy the monarchy. But they would make out that it's not them who's doing this. It's not them who's in the wrong. It's the royals for giving out wrong information. It's nothing. It's nothing. So it's just annoying me. But yes, because I've been thinking about this. I was thinking, I wonder if there's an Angel of the Kings, and then I've come across Dr. Dre's songs, and I feel like he must be. But yeah, I think it's kings that aren't actually kings, so it's not the real kings. But yeah, that still begs the question: if there is going to be something that's set up, is it going to be involving real kings, or is it going to be involving people singers who are going to be like kings because they're going to sort of claim to be the kings that are being raised up when really they're not. Yeah, it'll probably be better for that because singers don't have that much to lose because you can't even make that much money in singing, but you can with concerts and stuff. But yeah, I think it's like Elon Musk and stuff could be an idea for an Angel of the Billionaire, but at the same time, if his whole brand is to do with car selling, you don't want to risk a multi-billion pound thing company over something that's not really that important. So what if there's an Angel of a Billionaire? So what if this angel doesn't actually exist? It doesn't really make a huge difference in the large scheme of things. So there's no point of destroying big companies over a title that's not very important. But yeah, I don't know. That's just some thoughts that I've been thinking about. And my uncle again is coming today. He's going to stay the night, and then we're going to go to back-to-backs National Trust. There's a National Trust in the centre, and he's a life member. Might be a bit silly getting a life membership when he's very, very overweight, and he's already 50, 60. He's already about 60. So I don't know. To get a life membership, he got them about 5 years ago, I think, and to get a life membership when you're probably only going to use it for 10 years and you can't even go to any of these places because half an hour. I think he can walk for about half an hour after that. He just doesn't want to walk. But anyways, it's money given to charity and stuff. But I would want to get life memberships, but because my whole life I've wanted to go to America, I always thought there was no point in getting life memberships here because I'm never going to be here. I had one of my male fish die, the male fish that was in there, the orange male fish that kept hiding. And it's strange because not only did it die, I caught it probably about 24 hours after it died. So not there was a day where I didn't go downstairs, and I did feed the fish, but I didn't check to see if it was alive or not. But the next day I was trying to count how many neon fish that I had because I'm supposed to have 7. One of them's gone missing, and I noticed with the neons, when they do go missing, I can never see the body. So I don't know what happens to them, but I feel like when the neons die, they get eaten up very quickly by the other fish. But yeah, there's 6 in there. Don't know where the 7th one is. I've been looking for 2-3 days now. I can't find it. But in my search for looking for it, I found the male red one, and not only did it die, but something has eaten the whole of its stomach. So its whole stomach was basically eaten and just left with everything else. And I couldn't find the 7th neon one. But anyway, there's about another 10 babies, another 10 fry in the thing. I'm not catching them right now because there's only about 4 adult females now because one of the females died as well last week. So I've only got 4 adult females, and then I've got about 10 like really small ones, and then I've got about 10 tiny ones in there. So even though I'm losing one a week, one or 2 fish a week, I seem to be gaining about 5 fry each week. So my population is still getting bigger, and I am worried because when all there's 20 babies and 4 adults. So when the 20 babies are fully grown, oh, and all the 4 adults seem look very pregnant as well. So they're probably going to give birth in the next week or two. But yeah, my I that tank cannot hold 50 fish. So I'm probably going to have to make a journey to the fish shop as soon as they start getting bigger. But it takes them about 3-4 months to get bigger, so they've got some time. But anyway.